Hey there, it's day 14 and we're out of bread. This no shopping challenge is giving us some challenges. So I went on Pinterest and I found a bread recipe that looked like I could do. I'm not a big baker and I've never really found a bread recipe besides sourdough that I really enjoy and like. So I just figure I'll just keep doing different recipes until I find the one that I really like. And we do have some testers towards the end of this video to find out where this bread is ranking. But this particular recipe I got from lilluna.com off of Pinterest, lilluna.com. And it's just a simple white bread recipe, sandwich bread recipe. And so I didn't record making it because I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but I'll just tell you exactly how I made it. So I did the standard beginning in most any bread is I did the yeast. So I take 1 packet or 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast and I put it in my blender with 2 1/4 cups of warm water, not hot, not cold. And then I put a pinch of sugar in there just to give the yeast something to eat on. And then I mix that up and I just let it set for about 10 minutes and let the yeast like liven up, wake up and start doing their thing. And then they should start to bubble in that water. And then I know that they're working. After about 10 minutes, I went back in and I added a few more things. I added a 1/4 cup of sugar, a tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and mixed that up. And then I went ahead and started adding my flour. And it says to add a total of 5.5 to 6.5 cups of bread flour. All I have is all purpose, so that's what I'm using. And I ended up doing a little over 6 cups of flour in order to make this. And I did as much as I could in my blender with my dough hook. And then I took it out and I kneaded it a little bit on my counter. Specifically, it says the dough should stick just slightly to the finger when touched, but not be overly sticky. Knead for 5 to 7 minutes until smooth and then roll it into a ball. And so that's what I did. So I kneaded with my hands, just on my counter with a floured surface. And then I went ahead and rolled it into a ball just like it said. And then I took my big metal bowl that I've showed you before and I greased that and I stuck it in there and then I put some press and seal over top of it and I let it sit for about an hour. It took to rise and they want it to kind of double in size. And then to find out if it's proofed well enough but not overproofed is you poke it. And when you poke it, if it pops right back out, that's not good. If you poke it and it stays in, that's not good. If you poke it and it pops out about half, you're good to go. So that is properly proofed. Then I took it and I dumped it out after it rose and doubled in size. I dumped it out on the counter. I cut it in 2. It's gonna make 2 loaves. And then I rolled it each one out. And basically I just made it as wide as what my bread pan is. And then as long as it would go. And then once I got that rolled out, then I rolled it up like a pinwheel and set it in my greased bread pan, each one, 2 of them. Oh, when we put it inside the bread pan, we're gonna put it seam side down. So you're gonna have just the nice rolled edge on the top. And then I put a little loose press and seal over top and let it rise again until it rose about 1 inch or so above the top of my bread pan to where it's just light, nice and mounded. And then I was preheating the oven to 375. I popped it in the oven for 30 minutes. Done. And once it begins to cool slightly, if you want to brush it with butter, you can certainly do that. That adds a little something. I did not do that only because I forgot. Not because I didn't want to, because it sounds delicious. Bread is cooked. I took it out, let it cool in the pan just a smidge until it was easy enough to handle. And then I dumped it right out. It fell right out of the pan and I put it on a cooling rack. And then it was not long before it was cooled off and then I was able to cut it. Don't cut into the bread while it's still warm if you're not going to eat the whole thing right there. Like if you're going to prepare the bread at dinner time and eat the whole loaf and feed your whole family, then by all means. Otherwise, they say it kind of changes the inside if you cut it too early. So make sure it's nice and cool before you cut it, especially if you're waiting to do sandwich bread and stuff like that. Okay, so there's that. So I made the bread. All right, so introducing our 2 test subjects. All right, so we made bread and she's had a couple bites and so far she likes it. Let's see what you actually think. Two thumbs up.
Normal bread is here, but this bread is...
Aww.
It's really good.
Good. Thanks, babe. All right, buddy, here's 1 slice of homemade toast. It's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Not amazing? Not like Adeline thought?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for trying it.
Okay.
All right. Love you.
I get it!
You get it.
Thank you!
You're welcome. So there it is. White bread for sandwiches, for toast. Quick and easy, less than 2.5 hours. Most of that is just waiting on the bread. But I can't win them all. So I got one that likes it a lot and one that isn't much a fan. So the next time I make it, I'm going to try another recipe. I'm just going to keep going until I find the one that both of my kids like and I like. I don't know if you're doing this no shopping challenge with me, but it's kind of fun to explore and to do things outside of my comfort zone. It's really not that hard. Now, when I start running out of protein and dairy, we're going to have a problem, especially butter. Because then I'm going to need heavy whipped cream to make more butter, and I don't have any heavy whipped cream, and I don't have a cow. So I don't know what we're going to do because we don't eat margarine. Anyway, hope you're having a blessed day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.